The Zimbabwe Republic Police is charged with detecting, investigating and preventing crime. The People's Police Service is also mandated to preserve the internal security of the country, protecting the lives and property of the people, maintaining law and order in the country, upholding the Constitution and enforcing the law without fear or favor. Hello viewers, you meet me yet again on another episode of Crime Watch, but this time in the central business district of Zimbabwe's capital, Harare. And you could be wondering, what's the story here today? Your guess is as good as mine. It is about compliance to the national curfew order. As Crime Watch, we took a tour of Harare Central Business District streets to find out how people are complying to this very important order as a case study to the rest of the cities and towns across the country. To give an insight regards the enforcement of this national curfew order, we talked to the Superintendent Operations, S13E05 Harare Central District, Superintendent Terence Majongosi, earlier in the day.
We'd like to thank the general public for their compliance to the recently announced COVID-19 curfew order by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. However, as the police, we shall continue to deploy our police officers who shall enforce this curfew order. Those who are found breaching this curfew order will certainly be apprehended and arrested. For the benefit of the viewers, the curfew order now runs from 2000 hours to 0530 hours the following day. In light of this, we also encourage members of the public to continuously uphold the COVID-19 regulations, that is, wearing of face masks, maintaining social distancing, and avoid gatherings. We also urge the general public to just stay home and stay safe.
The compliance to the curfew order that we witnessed there in Harare Central Business District is a positive sign in unifying all Zimbabweans in fighting COVID-19. The S13E05 urges members of the public in other cities and towns across the nation to take heed of this curfew order and avoid the cat and mouse game with the police in such a difficult time. As we move on, the Criminal Investigations Department in Chitungwiza have arrested 2 men for a spate of unlawful entry into premises and theft cases. The duo's arrest led to the recovery of a lot of property. Let us get more.
Our detectives managed to gather information that the suspects were behind a spate of burglary cases in and around Chitungwiza area. Upon their arrest, it was discovered that they were working in cahoots with some ladies who stay in Chitungwiza. These ladies would identify some potential victims during the day, then pass on the information to Shonai and Jameson. Armed with that information, the duo in company of their accomplices, who are still at large, would pounce on them, targeting some electrical gadgets and any other valuables. The duo has so far been linked to 16 criminal cases of unlawful entry into premises in aggravating circumstances, and various stolen property has been recovered. We still have unidentified recovered property at our police station. May I request those whose property was stolen to come to CID Chitungwiza and check the property with a view to identify it. We want to appeal to you members of the community to be security conscious and be wary of strangers visiting your places, as there are chances that they may be carrying out surveillance on your security systems.
Crime Watch managed to speak to some of the complainants who were elated to recover their property. The two have since appeared in court where they were remanded in custody. Now moving on, well, our Central Police have apprehended some people for a series of theft from car cases. Upon their arrest, investigations revealed that the syndicate was also involved in other multiple criminal activities.
The cases that have been affecting most of the time are those that relate to thefts from motor vehicles, unlawful entry and theft cases, and fraud cases, as most of the people meet in town and do their transactions. As of late, after realizing that we experienced a number of TFCs, we came up with a strategy to form a team that comprised of members of PI and members of the CPU, which was a crack team that was meant to follow up on the criminals that have been terrorizing our area. Our team, together with the business community that have installed CCTVs in their premises, led us to a very big achievement whereby the CCTV footages were used by the operatives. Our team followed the criminals to the western suburbs, whereby a car, an Mazda Excella, was discovered parked at one of the houses. It was also later discovered that the cars that were being used in the commission of these crimes were actually 2 in number. In the process, 3 accused persons were accounted for. With the further follow-ups, another car was also recovered. From those cars, discovered that there were other illicitities that the gangs are engaged in, which include the usage of dangerous drugs, which were also recovered. And there was also a recovery of a gun catalyst, which was in one of the cars belonging to the accused persons. As we carried out further investigations, we also discovered that they are linked to other cases from other stations. Support that we are receiving from our business community, and that what we have achieved so far is shown that this new technology involving CCTVs has given us these results. We encourage other business people to install these gadgets in their business premises so that in case they suffer similar occurrences, it is going to make our follow-ups easy.
Do not move an inch. We are taking a short breather. We'll be right back. Welcome back. To those who are just joining us, we are in the second segment of Crime Watch. Please continue to enjoy cordial and fruitful relations with members of the public within respective policing areas. In one success story, the Zimbabwe Republic Police was assisted by members of the public to apprehend 4 people for smuggling dacha weighing a staggering 907 kilograms.
We often encounter cross-border crimes where people smuggle goods inside Zimbabwe and outside the country. As strategies to counter these activities, we are conducting joint patrols with the Zimbabwe National Army and supporting team members. As a station, we also conduct general patrols and member patrols at night, monitoring the border area. Recently, we arrested a gang of 4 accused persons who were smuggling dacha into the country. We intercepted the criminals nearing the business center on their way from Remai en route to Harare. When we met the accused persons, they gave in, they didn't resist the arrest, they didn't run away, and we arrested them. We searched their vehicle, a white commuter omnibus caravan vehicle, and it had 26 by 90 kgs bags of dacha, which later weighed at Zim Post, and it weighed 907 kilograms of dacha. We appeal to members of the public not to engage in criminal activities, as the police is keeping a watchful eye on would-be criminals.
The culprits have since appeared in court, where they were remanded in custody. Interestingly, a few days later, Setrapi Chisumbanje also apprehended 3 more people for a similar offense. They had smuggled 3 by 90 kilograms of dacha into the country. In a similar offense, police in Bulawayo intercepted a vehicle and arrested 2 men, seizing a consignment of unregistered drugs in the process. Let us hear more.
On the 12th of February 2021, police traffic section arrested 2 accused persons, Clive Ncube, aged 34 years, of Mkhosana Township in Victoria Falls, and Mtokozi Silenje, aged 31 years, of Mzilikazi Thokozani Flats in Bulawayo. This happened when police on patrol sighted a motor vehicle which was en route to Victoria Falls and stopped it. Upon search, they found 144 bottles of Proclear and 1 bottle of Myogel, 2 packets of Daga. The driver was interviewed, who is Clive Ncube, and indicated that the contraband belonged to Thokozi Silenje. The police managed to arrest Thokozi Silenje, who confirmed ownership of the drugs. As police were concerned about the issue of smuggling of drugs in Mbanje and these Proclear drugs that are leading to a serious wayward behavior of our youths.
A fortnight ago, we carried a story on the alarming drowning cases that have been happening across the country. In yet another incident, a 15-year-old Bulawayo boy drowned in a pool left by sand poachers in Bulawayo.
We have witnessed a case of drowning. This area is in Pumula. A 15-year-old boy lost his life when he had come here to get some soil to use in his fishing business. And unfortunately, there was an unfortunate situation in that he lost his life. We would also encourage parents to monitor their children. Right now, we are in the rainy season. They should monitor their children wherever they will be playing so that they discourage them from visiting any water bodies because they risk losing their lives. As members of the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we would like to urge members of the public to be wary of water bodies. We discourage them from carrying out any activity in places that have got still water.
A call there to stay away from water bodies, particularly during this rain season. Most water bodies are death traps. We now move on to the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, where we are taking a look at methods of preventing vehicle-animal collisions, as well as other factors that are critical in avoiding road traffic accidents.
Vehicle-animal collisions are a significant public health concern in Zimbabwe and even at regional level. The subject of vehicle-animal collisions also crops up at international fora when we gather as road safety experts. Some of the major causes of road traffic collisions are distracted driving, speeding, inattention, misjudgment, and adverse weather conditions. You also realize that these causes also feature in vehicle-animal collisions. In Zimbabwe, vehicle-animal collisions usually involve mainly cows, at times donkeys, other domestic animals, animal-drawn vehicles, and also wild animals. Usually these accidents happen at night and occasionally during the day. There are several solutions, but the major solution is for drivers to adjust to the conditions. When you are driving at night, you must drive at a speed that would allow you to stop your vehicle within the distance illuminated by your headlights. The average headlight illuminates the road ahead at a distance of about 100 meters only. In order to reduce the number of vehicle-animal collisions, the government of Zimbabwe, through the Ministry of Transport, embarked on a fencing project. The first such project was the Gweru, Shangani, Mbembesi, Ndabazinduna fencing project. This was followed by the Bulawayo Plum Tree fencing project. At the moment, there is the Bedbridge Bulawayo project, where 50 kilometers from Bedbridge has already been covered. We would like to appeal to communities that live alongside those highways to ensure that they close the gates behind them each time they use the gates that have been left for them to access their homesteads and also at times to go to deep tanks that may be on the other side of the road. Those that lead animal drone vehicles should be able to communicate using hand signals with the drivers that may be coming from the front or from behind them. The Traffic Safety Council would also like to appeal to all those farmers living alongside the highways and not very far from the highways to ensure that they fence their farms so that cattle do not stray on our highways. The other initiative was a pilot project which was carried out with communities living around Bembesi Police Station. The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe and the Zimbabwe Republic Police embarked on a cattle tagging exercise in order to increase the visibility of animals that may stray on our roads. The cattle tags that we used in the pilot program ensure visibility within a distance of more than 150 meters. Rules of the road regulations, which come in the form of a statutory instrument in Zimbabwe, make it an offense to cause or permit animals to graze on a bituminous surface of a width of 6 meters or more. Vehicle-animal collisions are classified as preventable accidents. And a preventable accident is one in which you failed to do everything reasonable that you could have done to prevent it. Let's all act reasonably in order to prevent vehicle-animal collisions on Zimbabwean roads.
Welcome back. To those who are just joining us, we are now in the third and final segment, and thank you for tuning in. While the government and indeed every other Zimbabwean citizen are putting maximum effort to combat the COVID-19 pandemic, it baffles the mind that some people are indulging in businesses that expose Zimbabweans to this deadly virus, selling second-hand clothes. Just recently, police in Harare seized second-hand clothes which were being sold against COVID-19 regulations.
I can confirm that we managed to seize this vehicle that is behind me. The owner of the vehicle was selling second-hand clothes. The culprit was brought to station, admitted guilty, and paid fine. I am baffled with the fact that members of the public are still flouting COVID-19 regulations. The sale of second-hand clothes can promote the spread of COVID-19, serve for the possibility of transmitting coronavirus. It is an offense to smuggle second-hand goods into the country.
Marlborough police also seized various commodities from unscrupulous business persons and illegal fuel dealers during an operation to enforce the COVID-19 lockdown regulations.
As the Marlborough police station, we more often than not carry out sporadic reactions. Of late, we reacted to a scene in Renam Farm and managed to arrest 2 people who were illegally selling liquor. We impounded the liquor, arrested the accused persons. Before coming back to station, along our way, we managed to arrest one who was selling fuel illegally. We impounded 1.25 full drums of fuel. All in all, during this operation, we managed to arrest a total of 43 accused persons.
Moving to Mashonaland West Province, stock theft cases that have been happening in and around Nyabira area have seen police stepping up efforts to curb this criminal activity. We talked to the officer in charge, S13E05 Nyabira, who gave an insight into these cases.
Of late, we have been receiving so many cases of stock theft in Nyabira area, where criminals were targeting the farmers with the livestock, particularly cattle, where they would take the cattle and slaughter them, debone them and move away. A recent case is the one in Little England, where the unknown criminals got to 2 pens and stole 3 cattle, which they slaughtered from a nearby place, and they had deboned the cattle destined for unknown market. Police was called in to come and attend. During the time we were searching for this cattle during this night, the unknown accused were encountered and they ran away into the night. Everything was recovered in this stock theft case. We are warning the criminals that Nyabira is a no-go area for them, and we are implementing new strategies to counter these stock theft criminals. We are going to conduct stop and searches during the night for this stock theft. We are also going to engage the public in informing us in any other case that they would have seen unknown people in the area, so that we would come and quiz those people. The other measure that we are going to take is we are also going to make sure that every car that is found during the night in the area shall be stopped and searched, as in terms of the CP and E Act. We are also going to engage most of our manpower to the night patrols so that we can curb the issues of stock theft.
As we head towards the end of this week's program, we'd like to highlight some people who are on the police wanted list. Highlands Police in Harare is looking for Winston Dube of house number 3201, Phase 2, Granary, Snake Park, for a case of theft of trust property. Jameson Piri of house number 50672-2, Old Lobengula in Bulawayo, is wanted by police for having sexual intercourse with a young person. Zetrapi Nyamapanda in Mashonaland Central Province is looking for Mandichia Maja, age 32, of Maja Village, Chief Mukota Mudzi, for assault. Lastly, Gweluchena Police is looking for Lungisani Nkomo, age 22, of Majogo Village, Chief Sikobo Nkai, for rape. Should you have any information that may help in locating any of these wanted persons, feel free to visit any of our police establishments dotted across the country. We are also contactable on any of the following details. Our national complaints desk number is 0242 703 631. The website address is www.zetrap.gov.zw. Email us on feedback@zetrap.gov.zw. You can also link with us on our Twitter handle @PleaseZimbabwe. Like us on our Facebook page, Zimbabwe, the Republic, please. You can also watch any of our Crime Watch episodes on our ZRP YouTube channel, Zimbabwe, the Republic, please. It has been wonderful being with you. I must say thank you very much for taking time to be with us. It is always a pleasure and indeed a time well spent engaging all you out there on this platform. From the rest of the Crime Watch crew behind the scenes and the Zimbabwe Republic, please, as a whole, it is pleasant viewing and see you next time.